Hey, what's going on, you guys? Jordan over here at the Movie Den. I hope you all are doing well. Guys, today what we're going to be talking about is, right now, probably my favorite Sean Baker film that he's ever done. And we're talking about his 2017 film, The Florida Project. And of course, this is the release from Second Sight Films. And I gotta say, this is an incredible release. So guys, The Florida Project. Like I said, this was my first time ever seeing this film. And when I say this moved me, it really moved me. This film shines light on what is called the hidden homeless, families that technically have a roof over their head, but they live in these rundown motels on the outskirts, in this case of Walt Disney World in Florida. And these are hotels that never really recovered from the 2008 market crash. In this movie, we follow 6-year-old Mooney and her young mother, Haley, as they live in the Magic Castle Inn. And most of the film is through the eyes of Mooney as she goes through this endless summer full of mischief, friendship, and curiosity with some friends. Whether she's playing with friends, she's hustling the local ice cream shop for ice cream or for money to buy ice cream, or having fun and picking with the hotel manager, Bobby, played by Willem Dafoe. The world in this movie and in her eyes feel like wonder. But of course, as adults, we can see kind of the harsh realities that's simmering just beneath this childlike wonder and the realism of what is going on within this hidden homeless situation. Especially in the life of her mother, Haley, who in the film is really struggling to keep it together, based off of choices that she has made. Now, it doesn't explicitly say what choices these were. You just know there were choices probably made that put her in this situation. Regardless, it's a terrible situation that she is in with her daughter. I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side. Now, Willem Dafoe's portrayal as Bobby, the hotel manager, absolutely floored me. He plays this really grounded type of character, a very wholesome, father-like character to most of the hotel guests or residents technically. This is a man who cares very much for each one of these residents, and he does try and help in every way he can. While it might not be monetarily, he doesn't have a lot to give. What he can give is protecting these families, keeping a roof over their head. And in this film, you really see the compassion that he has for the children. That's who he wants to protect. And, it's funny. There are some scenes. There's a particular scene when they're in the hotel lobby of Mooney and her best friend, and they're sharing an ice cream cone. And it's this simple little scene, but to me, it says so much. It's them. They're sharing the ice cream, and you know that they know they are getting on his last nerves. And they're just licking the ice cream and passing it back and forth between her and her friend. And he's just standing there in annoyance, but you could see behind his eyes that he cares for these kids. And he sits there and he's just watching them. And then one little piece of ice cream hits the ground. He goes, "That's it, you guys are out." It's this funny little cat and mouse, useful, playful interaction that they have with Willem Dafoe's character in this movie. And there's another scene where it really drives this point home, his heart for these kids, where there is an older man who shows up on the property, doesn't belong there, and you know he has ulterior motives. And Willem Dafoe picks up on that, and of course he doesn't make a big scene in front of these kids. He gently takes him away, and the old man says, "Oh, I'm just looking for a soda." So he's like, "Okay, I'll call you out on it. Let's take you to the soda machine." Buys him a soda and kicks him off the property in a respectful way, not to scare the kids. Now, I did say earlier that Mooney, most of it's through her eyes, this childlike wonderment, which is a lot of this film. But Mooney's a very complex character in this movie. She is aware, but she chooses to stay in that childlike wonderment through most of the film, except there's this one scene where they are selling these stolen magic bands. They're in Florida near Walt Disney World, and they have stolen magic bands, and they're standing outside this kind of basically timeshare company. And as someone's walking in, they say, "Hey, you want to buy these magic bands? I have 4. I could sell them to you really, really cheap." They kind of haggle back and forth, and the gentleman eventually buys the magic bands. And Mooney says something, and she hands the magic bands to the gentleman. And the way she says it, I'm kind of getting choked up talking about it. It's weird. I don't get choked up that much, but she just kind of sits there and she doesn't even really look him in the eyes. And her eyes are down. And she says, I hope you have a wonderful time. And it's at that moment you could see that she is aware of what's going on. She knows just across the highway is this magical place where, the world fades away, all the problems of the world go away, and you're in this magical land of fairy tales and make-believe. And she knows that that's there, but she's stuck here, and she wants to be there so bad, but she can't. And that's why she lives in that imagination, in that childlike wonderment throughout the film. But there's a breakdown where you see that she, like I said, she's aware, and there's an emotion there that she invokes, and I think it's incredible. Now, guys, I'm going to get into some spoiler territory of this movie, so if you guys haven't seen the film and you don't want anything spoiled for you, I'll put a marker right here. Head to that time, and you'll skip all the spoilers. So throughout the film, of course, I could keep driving the point home that we see this childlike, carefree life that Mooney lives. You also see the opposite side, the darker side of the reality of the situation that they're in with her mother, Haley. Desperate to keep a roof over her and her daughter's head, to be able to feed her daughter, she turns to sex work. And deep down and in the back of her head, she knows at that point, especially when her best friend, or used to be best friend, kind of lets her know, hey, this soliciting you're doing is now made its way to social media. Everyone knows about it. She knows it's just a matter of time before CPS knocks on her door. And I think in this movie, it's DCF. I'm not sure what DCF stands for, but it's essentially CPS. And there's a heartbreaking scene where her and Mooney sneak into this hotel. Of course, they're in Orlando, so they go to this hotel breakfast buffet. So she takes Mooney in with her, and they sit down. They're not supposed to be there, obviously. And Mooney is eating it all up, literally. And they have a shot where it's a close-up of Mooney's face, and she's just rambling, stuffing her face, saying, this is the best thing ever. This is better than a cruise. I wish the fork was candy, so after I ate the food, I can continue eating the fork. She says, we need to do this more often. I wish I was pregnant, so I had a big belly, so I can just fill it up with more food. And this in this moment is the best thing Mooney has ever experienced. And then it flips to show Haley's face. And while you can tell that she's putting on this happy face for her daughter, behind the facade, you could see the sadness in Haley's eyes as she knows what's inevitable, what's about to happen. It's the pain of a mother trying to give her daughter the world, or what she can give her, even if it's just for this one morning. And then we reach the ending, which this scene broke me. Haley has started to try and clean up her act a little bit. She's cleaned up her hotel room. She's got rid of the drugs. And she's taking every chance she can to enjoy life with her daughter. Well, they show back up to their room, and CPS and the police are at the door. So she goes into the room and she asks what's going on. And of course, they're there to take Mooney away from her while they do a proper investigation. Mooney is supposed to be going to a foster family. We know that's what's going on. And this whole scene, the actress who plays Mooney in this film gives probably one of the best performances I've seen in a long time. And it's better even than what most actors we see today. She runs off to go to another hotel where one of her best friends lives. And she knocks on the door, and you can see tears start to well up, and she breaks down and starts sobbing. And they are real tears. She is scared. She's telling her friend, this might be the last time I'm ever going to see you again. And man, it hit home for me. Seeing that child cry like that, and she's starting to realize what's going on. She knows that she just lost her anchor, her mother. Now she's about to lose more of her support system, her friends, and this is her final goodbye in her eyes, because she's about to go live with another family. It's at that moment where we go from viewing this film externally as an audience to joining Mooney in her childlike wonderment in her mind, and they run off to Disney World. They go to the Magic Kingdom, and it shows them running hand in hand, her and her best friend, shot on an iPhone, which is a callback to Tangerine, running, through the main gates, up Main Street, USA, up to Cinderella's castle, and that's the ending. And it's a symbolic escape for Mooney and her best friend to somewhere magical, somewhere where the world fades away, even if it's all not really happening. In her mind, it is. And I think it's incredible. So guys, let's go ahead and talk now about this release right here from Second Sight. Let me tell you, this release is phenomenal. You're getting a 4K transfer on this. Let me see here. You're getting a 4K transfer on this with a 5.1 audio mix. Now, with the audio, look, it's nothing crazy. This type of film doesn't really need an incredible audio mix. But it's shot in 35 millimeter with the 4K transfer in Dolby Vision, and it looks really, really, really good. As far as special features are concerned, you are getting, I would say, probably just about every single person that worked on the film, including all the actors, and they got Willem Dafoe to come back to talk about the film, and I thought that was incredible. Guys, definitely check out the interview they had with Sean Baker. It's an incredible interview. He talks about the interview process, where the inspiration for this film came from. Another great one is they did an interview with this minister who runs this nonprofit helping the hidden homeless. I can't remember what it's called, but they do interview her, and she did help Sean Baker on the film. They did get the kids back for interviews, which they have completely grown up, even though this was only 8 years ago. It's pretty crazy. They have interviews with the actress who plays Haley, who he actually found her on Instagram, funny enough. Guys, this release is... Second Sight, again, continues to blow me away every single release. There has been one I haven't disliked. And guys, this release is no exception. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to head over to my overhead cam shot. As usual, we're going to unbox this thing, show you everything that this comes with. I'm going to bring you back over here and we're going to wrap things up. All right, guys. And here we have Second Sight's newest 4K release, Sean Baker's The Florida Project. And, right up front, I'm going to say the colors that they chose to go on this box set. I mean, it's the pink and the purplish colors that's at the Magic Castle Inn. Very, very vibrant. And this whole film is like that. Here you go on the front. Of course, you have Haley, the mother, and Mooney, her daughter right there. Let's go ahead and take this J card off. We'll take a look at that here in just a minute. And this is a thick release, guys. I mean, look at that. You're getting a lot of stuff in this release. And then on the back, it's kind of a wraparound artwork, as you guys can see right there. And then there's all the stuff you are getting on the J card. Of course, on the back is all of the special features you are getting with this release. You guys can go ahead and pause the video to take a look and see what you're getting. And as you can see, guys, like I said earlier, they brought back just about every single person involved in this film, in production and acting in the film. Incredible job from Second Sight for what they put together for this release. So awesome job there. But let's go ahead and take all the contents out and see what we got. So first off, of course, with it being the limited edition, you are getting, oh my goodness, the dreaded Digipack. I know I'm not a huge fan of those. But of course, we are getting 2 Blu-rays in this, and then the 4K right there. Let's go ahead and flip this around. And that is the Magic Castle Inn in the film. You're getting a shot right there on the back of the Digipack. And then let's go ahead and close these up right here. And then right here, we have got all of your art cards that you are getting with this release. Let's see if I can get this banding off. All right. And then on the back, it is just blank. Now, a lot of these, I kind of already went through and looked at these. A lot of these look to be kind of behind the scenes shots. Of course, that's a scene from the ending of the film right there. There's all the little kids, her and her best friends in the movie. That's when they say that they went on a safari right there, looking at all the cows and stuff. Of course, there you go, right there. More of the kids in the film. And right here, of course, such an awesome shot of the mother and daughter. And there he is right there, the legend Willem Dafoe, while they're shooting. I'm assuming that's one of the scenes near the end of the movie right there. Some more of the behind-the-scenes shots. Of course, you have Sean Baker right there, Willem Dafoe, and all of them. And then another shot with the mother and the daughter of the film right there. So guys, really, really awesome choice. I like what they did with the art cards here. They're not just kind of rehashes of art that you were seeing throughout the release. These are art that you are only getting on the art cards for this second sight release. So good job, Second Sight, on that. And then lastly, we are getting a hardback book right here. Now I have went through and read a couple of the essays in here. Amazing, amazing essays in here, guys. Let's go ahead and fan through this, and we're going to take a look at the table of contents afterwards. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you were getting in this. Let's see, how many pages are we getting? Let's see. It says 152. I would argue probably around 160 something pages in this booklet. Let's see. Let's take a look at the contents right here. We've got Cast and Crew, Where Dreams Come True, Fantasy, Reality, and Fairy Tales in the Florida Project by Nadine Whitney. That's an essay I highly recommend you guys checking out. Running Off at the Mouth, Speech, Freedom, and Movie Magic in the Florida Project. Schools Out, Summertime at Magic Castle. Selection of On-Set Photography. I Love You, Bobby, The Humanism of Willem Dafoe. Sex Work and the Moral Maze of Capitalism in the Films of Sean Baker. The American Dream in the Disney Era. Acknowledgement and production credits. So guys, there is the booklet. Again, guys, definitely read your booklets. They give you a whole new appreciation, more insights on the film. A lot of times that you won't get in any interviews or visual essays and stuff on the actual releases themselves. So definitely check those out. Always great releases from Second Sight, of course. But guys, that is everything that you were getting in, again, guys, this incredible release from Second Sight of the Florida Project. So guys, there is my full unboxing and review of Sean Baker's The Florida Project. Now guys, I highly recommend you guys picking this up. I would say this makes a great blind buy, to be honest with you. That's how much I love this film. I'll make sure to have links down below where you can pick this up. It will be over at the movie room. Make sure you use my code MovieDen10. Save yourself 10% off everything in your cart. Awesome small business ran by a husband and wife, Michael and Deb. You guys are awesome. But guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Guys, let me know down below if you guys have seen The Florida Project. What'd you think of the film? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts down below. And hope you guys have a good one. And of course, you all take care.